Anyone there? No. Maybe after a couple weeks, someone will come by and watch this. Welcome. This is Mark Rock. Marco Polo. $300 in the bank account. Nowhere to go. Yep, you heard that right. If you've been trolling me for a while, you know I've been through some hardships. This is really weird talking to Jack in the Box. I'm waiting for my movie to start. I got the movie pass. With the membership, you can watch as many movies as you want. I'm like looking around to see if anyone's looking at me. I have my phone. This is my first time, I think, from my phone. Normally I'm from the computer, from the Xbox or something. I think one time I did it from the phone. But most of the time I'm podcasting. Not live, but we're live. Ain't nobody got time for Jack in the Box. I see a good deal right now. It says 3 tacos and a drink for $3. That looks pretty good. But I'm trying to keep my account stacked. 300. Trying to keep it 300. You know what I mean? Check out this hat. Greatest of all time is what it says. It's like the red one I had in some of the singing videos, except white. It's like a white leather. It's pretty cool. So anyway, and then this satchel. It looks like it's Harley Davidson, which is why I liked it. But then I look closer and it's not Harley Davidson. What is BTK? BLK. Sounds like the size I wear. It's not extra large, it's BLK. Because he's fat. Okay. Sounds like a burger I get too. I'll get the BLK. Bacon, lettuce, and Kobe beef. It'd be okay. So, I wonder who's watching this. Like, you gotta be hardcore Marco fans to watch this. I wonder if someone will come to me and ask me to leave. Oh my gosh, what is this?
It's like super water. It might get my teeth though.
Yeah, someone's saying that the soda machine's messed up. It kind of is. But, no, like, I have these earphones. Check this out. No earbud on there. And an earbud on there. How are we going to use that? So we got this, and there's Samsung earbuds. So that's good. Samsung. But who wants to use it like that? It loses the bass. All the bass is in this little earbud. Because it's all about that bass. About that bass. No treble. So this podcast comes with a soundtrack. The soundtrack from the restaurant. Yeah, so like I said, $300 in the bank account. No place to live. Last three nights, I was in hotels. I was in a hotel in Colton, California. Really nice hotel there. And it was in the middle of nowhere. It's called the Fairway Inn. It's on F Street. Turns into Fairway off the 215. If you ever need a place to stay, I recommend that. It was only $65 a night. And it was actually $67. That was not bad. They advertised $60, and so $7 is tax or something like that. I don't know. It wasn't bad. And then they have like a $2 fee to use your credit card though. But I went the next night. I tried to go to another hotel in Colton, and that hotel didn't accept debit cards. They wanted only credit cards. Can you believe that? Like, how am I supposed to do this? And then I went to this other hotel in Moreno Valley because all my stuff got moved away. So I got kicked out the house with no notice. Like, oh, yeah, let me give you a 10 days notice. If I black out the screen, the video goes away. So let me see if I can Excuse my fingers in the way. This is live. Live. Anything can happen live, folks. So here we go. So as I was saying, like schizoaffective disorder is what I have. And so you can be happy, you can be sad, you can talk a lot and like have a lot of problems. And then that's why I have to have this podcast. It's like therapy for me. So I can talk and talk and talk and not be frustrated. And like I have to tell the internet about this because this is crazy. This is not right. Everything that's happening in my life. It's not fair. It's not right. And you guys have to know. You have to know the truth. The truth about the President of the United States, Marco Rocha. They say I'm delusional. That's what the healthcare professionals say. That I'm delusional. The delusional is getting paid money by all those stupid schmucks clicking on the best of SNL videos. A lot of trolls out there, ladies and gentlemen. One of them told me that I should get cancer and die, and a lot of stupid stuff. I would have been responding to them more, but I've been into a lot of stuff these past few weeks, and it looks bad to respond to old ones. Like, if it goes by 4 or 5 days, just rest assured I mostly read all your hate comments. I mostly read them, so keep on coming at me, and I'll keep on responding, and it doesn't bother me one bit. They call my videos clickbait, which they're not. That's a broad term, clickbait. It is exactly what it says it is. It's a series called The Best of Saturday Night Live. And it says in the description, SNL reenactment. And then it gives you the clip that you actually want. So it gives you a preview of the clip. Then it gives you the clip that you actually want in the description. So you hit click. So if you're searching for it all over the line, all over the internet, that's fine. Online, offline, whatever. All over the line, as I called it. President Bush used to say, the internet, you should call the internet. See, what I usually do is I go on the Google Maps and the internet. I look at my ranch in Texas. That's where I want to be. So the Best of SNL videos are making me money, and they're not clickbait because they are what they say they are. And it's not the actual person. Blah, blah, blah. Obviously, that's not a screen grab because it has the SNL logo in the corner, so it's a thumbnail, not a screen grab. So, whatever these people want to think, it's fine. It is what it is. I'm thinking what I'm going to watch right now. Like I said, I have the movie pass. And last thing I saw was Love, Simon. It made me cry. Made me cry like 3 times. One of the times it made me cry that I remember is when all his friends dumped him. All his friends like, we don't like you anymore, Simon. We're all leaving you in the middle with nobody. That's what separated him from me, is that he had a bunch of friends. That was cool. Then he was exactly like me when he had no friends and everyone didn't want to be with him because for whatever reason. I was like, man. Oh yeah, then I also cried when he came out to his dad. And then his dad was like, I wish I knew. I love you. I wish I knew. That was sad. And he's like, I messed up. I should have known. But so sorry I missed it. And then he started to cry. Josh Duhamel started to cry. And then I started to cry. And then I was mad at Josh Duhamel throughout the whole movie because he stole Jennifer Garner from me. I have a crush on Jennifer Garner, which I didn't. But I'm starting to as I get older. I'm starting to have a crush on her because I worked with her once. Never met her. But I saw her right there. It was like Craigslist misconnections. Obviously, right? She was like a hot 28-year-old or something like that. And I was like 15 or 14, 15. No, I wasn't 14. I was like 15. Maybe it was something. Now she's like, what? I'm 29 and going to be 30 this year. And she's like, whew. A few years older, but hey, that's all good. If only I got to be famous again. Famous people get to talk to other famous people. They get their numbers easier. Be like, get me Jennifer Gardner's number, and they get it. You famous. So I need to get famous again. I need to have an agent. Which my agent, like I said in my other podcast, the movie podcast, which I won't do another movie podcast again because it's a sham. Only one, and that's enough. I need not to be like the Screen Junkies channel where everything's about movies all the time. I need to have various things. This one is about my life. It's mostly a life podcast, my life. So it's mostly going to be about what's going on in Marco's life that week. The last one was about how my wallet was stolen. This one is about how I'm out on the streets. And it could be about movies sometimes, but only in passing, not the whole thing about it. Like right now, I'm trying to think, what is Chappaquiddick? What the heck is that? Chappaquiddick, about some sort of boat. I can watch it, but it's nothing to rush out to see right now. I Can Only Imagine looks really good. I could only imagine. That looks like a tearjerker. That looks so. The song itself is about when you die and you're in heaven, and it's I could only imagine. so that itself, the song in and of itself is sad. It makes me cry. It hasn't made me cry in years, but it is one of those songs that will get to you. And I heard that the story about how he wrote the song is really sad. So that could do that, but that starts at 1 or something like that. At 12 o'clock, I don't know what time it is now. But at 12 o'clock, let's see, I'm going to scroll down here. It is 11:20. 12 o'clock, Ready Player One is playing, and I get a free popcorn. So that's cool. I've been waiting to see that. There's like a cameo of Deadpool. He goes like this in the trailer, and he's walking by. So you'll see Deadpool. You'll see that kind of movie. It frustrates me. I almost want to only see it on DVD. That way I can pause it and see all the little tiny stuff. Like if you're watching The Simpsons, there's so many stuff in there. Probably so many gizmos and people. So, but that's like, it wasn't even the number one hit like 2 weeks in a row. I think it was the number one week and it got bumped to second. So The Quiet Place is the cooler one that everyone's going to see. That's the hip one that if you're watching movies and you watch The Quiet Place, then you know what's going on in the day because you watched The Quiet Place. Right. As soon as I saw the trailer, I knew that was going to be a big hit. Acrimony. I kind of want to see Acrimony. It's directed by Tyler Perry. It's a drama, like a romance drama with Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige. With Taraji P. Henson. Who she played Proud Mary. And I saw that one, so it'd be cool. It's Proud Mary 2, Acrimony. But that'll be just to kill time. Yeah, I wonder how this works. Like once I hit the X button and I stop it, I wonder how I upload it so people can see it because no one is watching this right now. Check out this gold. A little smudge right here. Thank you for watching this, whoever's watching it. We have no topics to go over. I got a voicemail from 818-874-9405 right now. You might have heard the ringtone. That is the original ringtone from 24 when he goes to the counter-terrorist unit and Chloe answers the phone. Chloe, give me the schematics. I need to see a penalize. I'm doing it right now, Jack. Do. That's the ringtone from that. So I got his voicemail right now, but I'm not gonna check it. Forget it. This is more important. My YouTube channel. Yeah, there's something about having the 4,000 hours that's really hard. For anyone to get a monetized YouTube channel today is really hard. So I have to be thankful and grateful that I have a channel. That I can just shoot the breeze on there for 20 minutes, like I'm doing now. Shoot the breeze on there, talk, and then the one person that watches that go towards my 4,000 hours a year that I need. So it may be like, oh, look at this guy. He has all these, but hey, I have some that are not 20 views. Oh, look at this guy. He has all these 20 view videos or nothing. He's nothing but a scam and a mockery and blah, blah, blah. But it's all right. You do you, and I do me. You keep your little troll Google accounts with no picture or one little crazy avatar and no content. I'll keep my channel with a bunch of content on it and live happily ever after. But that's the thing, I'm not living happily ever after. I have a lot of problems. So you guys get to hear about it. A couple people that watch this. My love life is really weird right now. The girl in the Best of SNL video, the Weekend Update, Jane video, Jane, you ignorant SLUT. That girl is in Mexico right now, and we have an on again, off again relationship. It's kind of funny how she wanted to be like. Did she want to be my girlfriend just for that, just to be on that? No, absolutely. It's not a Me Too situation. Don't worry. Like, why would she want to be on a cheap YouTube video anyway? She's already was in an arts program. She did that like as a favor to me, and that video has about 20,000 views, which is good. 30,000 views, so that's good. And it went without a hitch. I have bloopers of that video, but because it's such a what do you call it? Such a denigrated series, I don't want to give the trolls ammunition to see the bloopers and make fun of her. So I've heard bloopers of the Best of SNL. If you want to see the bloopers of me and the girl from January It's Up, you can look in the comments and talk to me in the comments. And I will send you a link to it, a private link, an unlisted link that I'll probably delete. So you'll have to get the thing, and I'll show you the link, and I'll delete the link. It's between me and her. But she looks so cute in those bloopers when she mispronounces a word and says it, and we have to retake it. And what was the one she said? Okay, there's a word that she says. She says it wrong. First of all, I tricked her into saying cuss words, but she didn't want to cuss. I tricked her into doing that, and you can see in the video in the outtakes, how I directed her to say to call me an ignorant ass or something. And then, but she's great. Anyway, she's in Mexico right now, and we're getting back together, apparently, like online dating now. Me and her, we were split up. And now it's just becoming a podcast about my love life? Oh my gosh. Only because I have so much drama with her. Like, she cheated on me with a guy by just kissing him. And actually, I didn't know the whole story, so I thought that they maybe slept together, maybe. I wasn't sure, But she kissed another guy, and I found out on Valentine's Day of 2017. And even though she did that with the guy, and I was very unjealous, and we were very open sometimes. Some points in our relationship we were open. At that point we were engaged. And she kissed this guy. And I got mad about it because I caught them together on Valentine's Day in front of our house that we had just moved in together. And I thought he broke my nose, and I have a video of the fight. I'm not ready to share it yet, but I am going to put it up pretty soon as an unlisted video. So if anyone on here, any of my YouTube friends, internet friends want to talk to me, you can feel free to comment to me. Every comment that you guys put goes straight to my phone, and I get an alert every time someone comments. So put a comment on there, talk to me that you want to see video of the fight. I have video of the fight. I will upload it, put it unlisted. There's a few unlisted videos I have. Anything you guys want to talk about, feel free to talk about it with me. Also, do a YouTube response video. This is how we used to do it back in the old times of YouTube. When someone would say something, you go on YouTube and you make a response yourself. So anyone on YouTube that doesn't like my channel, make a response, make a mockery of it. Make your own video, and that would be great. So We're getting into 23 minutes into the podcast. We haven't talked about too much, although I wanted to talk about how I'm out on the streets and how did that happen, right? So, last video you saw me, I was inside this house by a guy by the name of Marco. His name is Marco Ortiz, okay? Marco H. Ortiz or something. And so I was there, and he gave me a notice to leave. He gave me a fair notice to leave, and I took that fair notice and I left. Now, I don't believe he had the right to give me the notice to leave. He says he's selling the house, whatever. That was drama, but he was nice enough to give me a notice. Then I found another place. It was with people that I go at church. And this church I go to is a very nice church. I'm going to stop going there because of all the drama that I had outside the church grounds. But I really miss the church because they had a very good service. I'm going to miss it. So anyway, that's in Colton, and I moved into this place. He lives in the projects, okay? I told him in church, I'll give you $400 for a place to live. You got a room for me? $400. I told him in church, right in between service, right in between the sermon and the thing. I was like, were we talking to each other? Yeah, I got $400. You got places. Man, for that much money, I would kick the guy that's living there out right now. Okay. So I go there. I sign the papers. I get a contract from Office Depot, and he signs the papers that I'm living there. But what I didn't know is that I wasn't going to have a room. I was just going to be on the couch, which I'm like, I guess I'll live with that. So then also what I didn't know is that all these roommates he has, he was only supposed to be in there. It's a project. He's going to live there for free. And he's bunking up with 3 other people, not including me. So he's having problems with all those 3 other people. And who knows how much they're paying. I guarantee I'm paying more than they are. And anyway, we have disagreements the whole time we're there. He wants me out. He wants me out after 15 days with no notice and no chance to find another place. So I'm out. After being there for only 15 days, I was in the mental hospital like 7 days, maybe actually 6. So from the 2nd to the 8th. 2nd to the 8th. So that's about 4 days. I mean, 6 days. So yeah, I was there a long time, and that's when I got my new diagnosis, schizoaffective disorder. Before they said it was bipolar, but it's not bipolar. Because bipolar, you can't be depressed. Bipolar is like all high or all low or something like that. And you don't get to take antidepressant pills when you're on bipolar. Like, they mess you up. They put me on Zoloft and it wasn't good. But now I have this one called Risperdal and this one called propanolol, which is very good. Helps with your blood pressure. And it's for people with post-traumatic stress disorder, because I saw this movie. If you go on my Twitter page, I got to put a link to my Twitter page. Thank you for your service. I have a bunch of tweets about thank you for your service, a bunch of live tweeting about the movie Florida Project, where I'm laughing and I'm showing clips from the movie. I should show the clip where he's taking propanolol. He takes propanolol. What's his name? Miles Teller. And it's about people in the service who are suicidal when they come back. It's a really good one. It's called Thank You for Your Service. And anyway, so yeah, he takes the pill that I'm taking, propanolol, which is also called Inderol. And I took it last night. Man, I slept good last night. I was in the hotel room, slept like a baby. I left early. I left at like 9 o'clock. Actually, let me see what time it is. Just use my finger here. I'm going to move my finger on here. 11:33, so I have time if I want to see the Ready Player One. Which, I mean, I hate to see the movie just because that's what's playing at the time. I'd rather wait and see something cooler. And I can see that later. I want to see one of these movies that are going to be out in theaters pretty soon. Like, you don't know if it's going to leave or not. See one of the small ones, you know? And I'm not really down into the Paul the Apostle movie. Not really into that one. I am into the I Can Only Imagine. But, like, that one's going to be in theaters for another week. Or maybe this week. I might see movies tomorrow. I don't know. So, anyway, I'm going to be going to the movies pretty soon, and I got to tell you about everything that's been going on in the life of Marco, the crazy life of your president Polo, my fellow Americans, let me tell you. So, I got kicked out of there with no day's notice, and there was a big scuffle like between him and me. He got a neighbor came by and like grabbed me by the throat. It was serious, and this is like a little scratch. It's barely healing up. Someone was attacking me, and like the police came, and they said, Marco, we gotta take you in because there's a history on my thing. 3 years ago, I was taken to the mental hospital in San Bernardino County. If it was in Riverside County, it wouldn't have been such a long discussion, but they had a long discussion. And one of the things I told the police was, why don't you take that gun and shoot me right now? And that was a suicidal statement, I guess, and they used that as license, and they wrote it down on record that I said that, so they could take me away. And I was there, and then the people at the hospital didn't think I was crazy. Like, you need to leave here, Mark. And I said, I have no place to go. And they're like, you need to leave. This is not a hotel, is basically what they're telling me. Like, you have to leave. Normally people don't stay here that long. It's a 3-day thing. But I stayed afterwards. They put me on a 14-day hold. And I would have stayed longer, but I told my dad, just take me out, put me in a hotel. And my dad was able to negotiate with the renters. They were able to give me partial refund of my rent, which was good. So I was able to get $250 back out of the $580 that I put up. Something. It's as if I had a security deposit, which I didn't. But yeah, I was paid all through April and starting to pay off May too. I was making payments towards May. But yeah, I got gypped off of that one, so I have no place to live right now. And I'm starting to talk to Brittany, one of my friends from Las Vegas, and she is inviting me to live over there. She's telling me to live over there, which I hope Brittany doesn't watch this because I'm talking about Brittany behind her back, right? Okay, no, it's okay. So, hi, Brittany. Maybe I'll tell her I podcasted about this. So we're in a text conversation right now, and she's looking up Craigslist postings for me. And she gave me like 6, 7, 8 Craigslist postings. Some of them are jobs, acting jobs that I could take. And some of them are postings of places to live. One of the places I called already, his name is John. He wants $300 up front, which is what I have, $300. It's for a place in Riverside. And then on May, he'll want $475, which is very reasonable. But now that I'm talking to Brittany, I would rather live over there. Find a place near her. We can hang out, be friends. We haven't seen each other since high school. We're kind of like high school sweethearts. We never dated, but we were really close friends, and we always kept in touch ever since we got out. Ever since we joined Facebook. Ever since like 2010, we've been in touch a lot. And so that's Brittany. I have a whole story that I need to podcast about. I need to do a podcast about my deal with Brittany in Las Vegas and Hangover 3. I'm going to do a podcast about that. I need to do a podcast about my deal with Ben Affleck and my beef that I have with him. And how I met him and how I worked with him. I need to do a podcast about that. I need to do a podcast about, third thing, about Lizzie McGuire and my time on the Disney Channel one day. I need to do a podcast about those 3 incidents, and I can go on for a while. I can go on for about 15, 20 minutes about that. And the thing is, I'd rather tell people in person this thing. I don't want people to know all my secrets, all my stuff. It's like I could dine out on these stories for years. So let's wrap up this podcast, and this is what's going on in my life, and there's much more to come. Thank you, everybody.